Hey, mic's on, camera's on, computer's on. I had to check that one really quick. Guys, thank you so much for trekking through the snow to get here today. I appreciate it. I know it's not ideal conditions. Boo snow, boo cold. I did accidentally turn the heat up way too much. I mean, like, lose, win. Oh, good. Yeah, you won't be saying that halfway through today's class. You'll be like, that stupid instructor in the hot room. Now, today's class will be increasing the intensity again. Feel free to always take those blocks halfway through the class. I promise, like, you're not disrupting anybody. I would rather you not hurt yourself. I'm not too experienced with the blocks, but I can always show you how to use them. That's why I don't use them as much. As always, feel free to take your own modifications. If something's ever too strenuous, feel free to ask me for a modification. Always feel free to take that child's pose, but don't hurt yourself. With that, let's go ahead and get started in that child's pose. As per usual, knees wide on the mat if you're looking for a deeper hip stretch. Walking your hands forward. Deep breath in. Taking this time to set your intentions for today's class. Exhaling any built up stress or tension from today. Bringing awareness into all four corners of your body. Take a moment, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feel your forearms pressed into the mat. If you'd like, you might want to box breathe here, bring awareness to your breath. In for 4, hold for 4. Out for 4, hold, and repeat. Option to add a little bit of flow here by rocking your hips side to side. Deep breath in. Slowly trying to sink your chest further to the ground. Lifting your hips slightly. One more deep breath. And on that exhale, feel free to walk your hands to your left. Feeling a nice long stretch through that right side body. Every exhale, trying to walk your hands just a little bit further. Slowly sinking further down. Holding here for one more deep breath in. And on that next exhale, walking your hands to the right. Feeling that stretch in the left side body now. All the way from your shoulder down to your hip. Slowly trying to walk your hands a little bit further. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, walking your hands back to center, lifting yourself up, finding that tabletop position. You want to keep your shoulders stacked directly over your wrists and your hips stacked over your knees. From here, we're going to head into those cat-cows. Inhale, arching your spine down, lifting your chest to the sky. Exhale, clenching your abdominals, arching your back, feeling like a string, pulling you all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale, arch downward, chest opens to the sky. Trying to arch your back just a little bit further. And exhale, coming back. Using your abdominals, squeezing all the way up. Inhale, arching downward. And exhale, arching all the way back up, really squeezing your abs. And when you're ready, we're going to sink back into that neutral tabletop position. From here, we're going to do those chest openers. Go ahead and lift your arm up, reaching it by your temple, keeping steady through your palm here, pushing through the heel of your palm. If your arm gets tired, feel free to take that down to the mat on your forearm. We're just going to open up, lifting our left elbow all the way up to the sky, and exhale, coming back down. Inhale, open up to the sky. Exhale, coming back down. Feel free to do this with your breath. Keep coming up, going back down, while slowly trying to increase that range of motion. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure on your wrist here. You really just want it to be your chest that's moving. If your right arm's shaking a little bit, that's okay. But if it gets too sore, remember to go back down on your forearm. Do this 2 more times. Really trying to increase that stretch. Last one, bringing yourself all the way up. Holding here, reaching that arm, extending it all the way up. Trying to deepen that stretch a little bit more. Holding for 1 deep breath in. And exhale, coming all the way back down. Let's do the same thing on the other side now. So you're going to lift your right arm up, bringing it to your temple. Be sure you're not pulling the back of your head down. You want to lift up on that inhale, opening up that shoulder. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Doing this with your own breath at a pace that feels comfortable to you. The overall goal is to end further than you started, increasing that mobility through that upper thoracic area. Go ahead and do this 2 more times. Staying strong through that core, lifted through that neutral spine. And last one, lifting your arm, straightening it all the way out, trying to reach a little bit further back. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering all the way down. We go straight into our favorite bird dogs. Lift your left arm up, kick your right leg back, finding length through your fingertips and the tips of your toes. We're going to bring our elbow to our knee, crunching that ab in, focusing on our balance here. And inhale, lift, finding length. Exhale, release, bringing elbow to knee. Inhale, lift, finding length, staying sturdy through that core. Exhale, elbow to knee. This is a stability and a core exercise, so it should be burning a little bit in those abs, but your glutes as well. Be sure to do this with your breath. For 1 more, last one, reach. Exhale, lower that left arm down and pulse that leg up. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way down. Gonna move over to the right side now. Lift your right arm up. Kick that left leg back. Length through our fingertips and the tips of our toes. Exhale, bringing elbow to knee. Still staying sturdy. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Elbow to knee. And reach. Trying to keep that neutral spine, but crunching your abs down. Trying to bring your ribs all the way to your pelvis. For 2 more. Elbow to knee. Reach. Last one. Elbow to knee. And reach. Lowering that right arm down and pulsing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering all the way down. Go ahead and curl your toes. Underneath of you, you're going to push through the heels of your palms, coming all the way back into that downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet out, waking up the backs of your legs. Taking one deep breath in. You want to push through your shoulder blades here, feeling these in your traps. Trying to push your rib cage to the tops of your thighs. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lifting your left foot all the way up, pointing it to the sky. Option to increase intensity here, bending that knee. Open your hips to the wall to your left as well. You want to keep your shoulders parallel to the mat beneath of you. The only thing that should be tilted is your pelvis right now. Deep breath in. Trying to deepen that stretch a little bit more. And exhale, bringing your elbow or your knee to your chest, stepping between your hands, coming up, finding that warrior two. Don't fall. Again, looking for length through either side of your fingertips. You want to keep yourself upright. Don't shrug your shoulders here. Deep breath in. One more deep breath here. And on your next exhale, you're going to reach your left arm over your head, sending your right arm back into that reverse warrior. Feeling a nice stretch through that left side body. Deep breath in. Exhale, sending your right arm over, bringing your left forearm to the top of your thigh. Coming into that side angle stretch. Again, you're going to want your knee stacked over your ankle. Deep breath in. And when you're ready, we're going to come all the way back up to that warrior two. This time you're going to tilt your leg in. If that makes sense. Just coming into a forward-facing lunge. From here, we're going to have so much fun. Bring your hands up. Taking one deep breath in. You're going to lower your knee down. Bring your elbows to a 90 degree. Tilting to each side. Keeping that balance. Inhale back up. Don't have too many of these. Inhale, coming down. Elbows to 90. Pinch that pencil between your shoulder blades. Find that twist. Keeping that balance. Challenging yourself. Using your quad, coming all the way back up. One more deep breath in, lowering all the way down. Elbows to 90. Pinch that pencil. Keeping those shoulder blades activated. Feel free to just come into a lunge as well. You don't have to do the twists. Just a little added stability component here, but if you're struggling with stability in the lunge, just go up and down there. Do one more, making sure we're still keeping our glute activated in that left thigh. Pinch that pencil. Feel the burn in those shoulder blades. And coming all the way back up. Bring your hands down to prayer. Since we had so much fun, we're going to take little pulses. So inhale, slowly coming back down. Gently lift up, back down. 8, 7, 6, 5. Still keeping that glute engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering all the way down. Kicking that foot back. Bring our arms back up, finding that low lunge. Gently trying to get our hips deeper to the mat. Giving your legs a nice break. Taking one deep breath in. Go ahead and bring both hands all the way down to the mat. Step your left foot to the outside. We're just going to push our knee outward. One deep breath in. Within your comfort level, try to challenge yourself here and slowly just let your hips sink further to the mat. Option to increase the intensity by coming all the way down into a lizard pose. Still trying to keep that back straight. You don't want to round it all the way out. Deep breath in. Exhale, walking your hands all the way up. From here, if you can. If not, stay in that pushed knee pose, but go ahead and try to reach back for that foot. Reach forward. And reach back. We're going to make a bit of a flow out of this. You don't have to reach for your foot either. That's just for a hamstring stretch. Reach forward. And reach back. For 2 more, really trying to open up that chest here. Reach back, taking those deep breaths, protecting your hips. Last one, reach back, and reach forward, bringing both palms all the way down to the mat, curling your right foot under, lifting yourself up. Step that left foot back, coming into a high plank. 1 more deep breath in. You're going to slowly lower yourself down, coming into chaturanga. Pushing up, upward facing dog, tops of your feet pushed into the mat. Feel free to modify here, coming down to your knees or coming all the way down to the ground, finding yourself baby cobra. If upward facing dog is difficult for you. If you think it's too easy and you want a bit more of a challenge, feel free to look over each shoulder. Deep breath in. And exhale, lowering down to your knees if you haven't already, and pushing back, finding that child's pose. Taking a little break for your arms here. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to push yourself back up to tabletop position. You want your shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips stacked over your knees. Curling your toes underneath of you, you're going to push through the heels of your palms, finding yourself up in a downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet. If you need a bit more of a stretch through the backs of your legs. Remember here, you're trying to push your ribs through the tops of your thighs. Should feel this stretch through your upper thoracic area. And when you're ready, taking 1 deep breath in, kicking that right foot up, pointing it all the way to the ceiling. Option to challenge yourself here, bending that right knee, sending your hips to the side. Still trying to keep your shoulders parallel to the mat beneath of you. Slowly deepening that stretch. 1 deep breath in. And on that exhale, bringing your knee to chest, stepping between your hands, coming all the way up. Finding that warrior 2. If your hip pops, that's okay too. Still wanting to keep that knee stacked over your ankle, wanting to stay upright through your torso, stay balanced through your core. Try not to shrug your shoulders here, just look for length through your fingertips. Slowly breathing into this stretch here. Taking 1 more deep breath in, sending your right arm overhead, your left arm behind you. Remembering to breathe, letting your body know it's okay to relax here. Holding for 1 more deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're in a windmill back, bringing your right forearm to the top of your right thigh, reaching overhead with your left hand. Holding here for 1 deep breath. On your next exhale, you're going to want to come all the way back up. This time you're going to shift forward, coming back to that lunge. You all looked so excited last time. Go ahead and bring your hands above your head. And on the inhale, you're going to lower all the way down, making sure you're activating that right glute. Bring your arms all the way to a 90-degree angle. Pinch that pencil between your scapula. Don't bring your shoulders up. You don't want to shrug. And just take that twist. If the twist is difficult for you, feel free to just do the lunge. Exhale up, pushing through your glute. Inhale, lower. Also, feel free to just twist to one side if you're more comfortable that way. The twisting just adds the stability component. There aren't too many of these, don't worry. Exhale and push yourself up. Inhale, lower, pinching that pencil between your scapula. Deep breath in. Last one. You're gonna come all the way down. Bring your hands to prayer. Let's take those pulses. Come up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering all the way down. Kick that foot back out. Coming here, sitting in that low lunge. Trying to get a deep stretch for your hips. One more time. Slowly trying to arch your back further if you can. One more deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to meet the floor with your hands, stepping your foot to the outside of your mat. Go ahead and push that knee outward. Slowly trying to challenge yourself by letting your hips fall further to the floor. If you'd like to increase the intensity, feel free to come all the way down to a lizard pose. Again, you still want to try to keep that back as flat as possible. You don't want to round it out up here. One deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to want to walk yourself back up. Want to try that flow out again. Go ahead and reach forward. Reach back for that foot. Reaching forward. Reach back for that foot. Slowly working on progression here. As this starts to become more difficult, feel free to just come up. You don't have to deepen that stretch in your hips too much. Go ahead and do this 2 more times. Last one, reach forward and reach back. Gonna windmill our hands all the way back down to the mat. Kick those toes up underneath of you, standing, stepping back, finding that high plank. Slowly lowering yourself down, chaturanga, pushing up, upward facing dog, tops of your feet into the mat. Feel free to take that modification here of letting your knees fall all the way down to the ground. Just coming up into that little baby cobra pose. Option to increase intensity by looking over each shoulder. As you exhale, you're going to lower down and push yourself back into that child's pose. Rolling out your wrists if that feels comfortable. Rocking side to side. Walking your arms to the left or the right if that's where you need to stretch. Just taking a deep breath here. Taking one more deep breath in, you're going to push yourself back up, coming into tabletop position, curling your toes underneath of you, Pushing through the heels of your palms, you're going to lift up all the way into that downward facing dog. Taking one deep breath in here and walking your feet to your hands into a forward fold. Feel free to grab onto your elbows here if that feels comfortable. Taking one more deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to roll all the way up. Hands reaching the sky. Taking those little side bends. I'm going to go into our favorite little squat exercise here. So just feel free to walk your feet a little wider onto the mat. Exhale, bringing your hands down to prayer. And slowly coming all the way into that squat position. You want your knees stacked over your feet. Try not to round out your back here. You want to stay up. Exhale, shooting all the way back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. We're going to start to increase that speed, remembering to focus on that quality though. Exhale, push up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. For 2 more. Really squeezing those glutes, making sure they're on the whole time. Last one. We're not done though. Bringing your hands down to prayer. Lifting your right heel up. Go ahead and lower all the way down. We're going to take those little squat pulses with the alternating heel lifts. So bring yourself up and up. Making sure you're alternating. Getting a little calf workout too. Taking those pulses. Remembering not to sacrifice the quality of the movement. For 2 more. Last one. Coming all the way back up. Bring your feet back to the center of the mat. Good job, everybody. From here, you want to bring your hands back down to prayer. Lift your left leg up. Feel free to stay in tree, or if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, go ahead and hook your leg over your right. Slowly lowering down to a standard figure 4. Deep breath in. Staying planted through all 4 corners of your feet. One more deep breath in. Exhale, standing all the way back up. Sending that left foot backward. Finding your warrior 3. Option to just take those taps while you're working on your balance. Or staying in that lunge. Whatever feels comfortable to you. As you exhale, go ahead and come all the way down to that lunge position. Lowering your knees, bringing your hands in front of you. Stepping back. We're going to lower all the way down to the ground. And baby cobra. Deep breath in. Exhale, pushing yourself back up, finding tabletop position. Curling your toes underneath of you. Pushing through the heels of your palms, you're going to come all the way back up, finding that downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, walking your feet to your hands. Taking one more deep breath here. Slowly finding a stretch for your spine. And exhale, rolling all the way back up. Lifting your hands, reaching through your fingertips. Guys, I had so much fun. So that means we're going to walk our feet to the outside of the mat. One more time, now that our calves are no longer burning. Exhale, bring your hands down to prayer, slowly lowering into that squat. Try to challenge yourself. Make sure you're activating your glutes the whole time. Exhale, pushing up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2. Last one. Lower. And lift. There's more. Lift that right ankle up. Inhale, lowering down. Exhale, taking those pulses, switching to the other foot. Alternating heel lifts. Should be a little bit of a burn in your calf and in your quads. Almost done. If you can't alternate the heel lift, go ahead and just take little pulses in the regular squat. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Deep breath in, almost done. Last one. And coming all the way back up, reach. Walking your feet back to center. Deep breath in. Lifting your right leg up now, finding that tree. Feel free to challenge yourself, kick that leg over, coming all the way into a standing figure 4. Remembering to grip the mat with your toes. Staying planted through all 4 corners of your foot. Bring awareness to your balance. One more deep breath in. Exhale, standing all the way back up. Kicking that right foot back, finding that warrior 3. Again, feel free to just take those taps or come all the way into a lunge, trying to focus more of your weight on that left leg, gauging that left glute. Deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to bring your foot all the way back down. Slowly lowering that knee down, finding that lunge. Bring your hands to the mat. Exhale, bringing that foot back, finding your high plank. Slowly lowering all the way down to the mat. When you're ready, you're going to want to lift that left leg back, trying to grab onto your ankle. If not, just reach. It's okay as well. Breathing here for 1 deep breath in. Exhale, letting go of that left foot, kicking that right one up, and reaching back. Holding here. If you really want to challenge yourself, trying to kick that left one up as well. Grabbing onto that one if you can. Pushing through the tops of your feet, finding that bow and arrow pose. If not, always feel free to just reach for both of them. Work your way towards it. Hold here for 1 more deep breath. And on that exhale, letting go of both feet. Pushing yourself up, finding that tabletop position. Crossing your legs behind you. Walking all the way back to a seated position. From here, go ahead and lower all the way down to your back. Everyone's favorite part, 'cause it knows we're done. Go ahead and lift your right leg up. Kick it over your left leg. Feel free to grab onto your left hamstring or your left shin. Option to rock side to side if that feels good. When you're ready, sending both hands to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the left. Still trying to keep your shoulders onto the ground. Taking one more deep breath in here. On your next exhale, go ahead and lift back up into center. Unhook your right leg from your left. Kick your left up, hook it over your right. Grabbing onto the back of your right hamstring. Or your right shin. Whatever's comfortable to you. Deep breath in. When you're ready, sending either hand to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the right. Feeling that stretch through your back. Trying to keep both shoulders planted into the ground. Taking one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to want to push yourself back up into center. Unhook your left leg from your right. How funny would it be if I just said we're going to do abs right now? Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together. Putting your right hand on your heart, left hand on your stomach. Letting your knees gently fall outward further and further. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time to set your intentions for the rest of the day. Letting go of any tension or stress that's built up. Bring awareness to all four corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head pressed into the mat. On every exhale, slowly allowing yourself to sink further and further into the floor. Paying attention to the rise and fall of your chest. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Paying attention to any release you may feel in your hips as your knees start to get heavy. That brings us to the end of today's class. I want to thank you all again for making it to another week. I look forward to seeing you all in week 3, so we start to ramp up that intensity. Feel free to suggest any movements you'd like to see, any movements you'd like to never see again. I'm open